Here are some of my unpopular opinions that I think deserve more attention than what they get. Starting off strong with, not everyone deserves access to you just because they're family. I know this one's very controversial for a lot of reasons, but I feel like it's true because you wouldn't put yourself in that situation with friends, so why should you put yourself in that situation with family? Plus, put yourself first. Just because they're family doesn't mean you shouldn't put yourself first. Something else to go along with that is protecting your peace is way more important than just being nice. Obviously, I'm not talking about going around being rude and hateful to everyone just cause, but when you need to protect your peace and instead you just choose to be nice because you don't want to hurt the other person or a group of people or whatever, I don't think you should do that. I think that protecting yourself, whether that means you need to be rude or just walk away or cut people off from the situation, is a whole lot better than damming yourself down just to please other people. I think that's very important for people to learn, especially if you're like a people pleaser and everything. I feel like you should definitely work on not being a people pleaser so much. Just because it can make you take a toll on your own mental health, and that's not good. You should be focusing on yourself more than you should other people in certain situations, you know? Another thing that I'm really heavy on that I've had to learn over time is healing in silence is much better than just exposing yourself to the world. When you're exposing yourself out into the world and healing with everyone around you and just sharing literally everything that's wrong that you need to talk about because you need to heal, it gives people an opportunity of things to use against you or things they can use to talk about you behind your back with other people, with their own family, with their own friends, like just in general. And I feel like healing in silence is just so much better because then no one has leverage to talk about you or anything. I don't really know how to explain that one. I feel like that one's very self-explanatory, but that is a very unpopular opinion that I feel needs more attention because it can be very powerful, and when you use it, you see better results with people, and people can't think anything of you if they don't know anything of you, you know? Not bad anyways. Another thing that I've had a hard time learning over the years of me growing up and becoming an adult and everything is you outgrow people, and that's perfectly okay and normal. Not everyone in your life is going to go away, but you are going to outgrow a lot of people. You're going to outgrow your family, your siblings, friends, partners. It's part of life and it's completely normal. It does not mean something's wrong with you or there's like a pattern or something. You just outgrow people. Your life changes, their life changes. Sometimes we're just not meant to stay in each other's lives, and that's okay. Another thing to discuss is consistency is better than just plain talent. I was very heavy on this when I used to dance because some people just do not have the talent to dance, and that's okay. But as long as they were consistent and they were enjoying themselves and they put the work in every single day when they needed to me that mattered most, and that showed that it meant more to them in their heart than just someone who was dancing just because they had the talent to dance, you know? Obviously, it's good to do something when you're good at it, but I also feel like it's better to do something different that you have no idea if you can do it or not and stay consistent with it. I think that's a really beautiful and a way better thing than just doing something because you have the talent for it. Another unpopular opinion that I think is really gonna mess with a certain part of my audience. I think arguments show if someone actually cares or not. Another thing that I think needs to be talked about more is not everyone deserves to know your trauma. That one's pretty explanatory, so I'm not really going to get deep into that one. Another controversial topic that I have learned over many different types of situations is if they gossip with you, they're gossiping about you. If they're comfortable gossiping with you about other people's lives and other people's problems, then they're most likely comfortable gossiping about you to other people around them. Now, there's a difference between just sharing a little gossip where everyone's sharing gossip, but if they're big time gossiping about someone and like everything that's going on in their life or everything wrong that they're doing, they're probably going to do the same thing to you. Another thing I learned is that you shouldn't have to beg your friend to show up. It's a little clapping for that one. That is a very big one that I've had to learn, is if you have to beg your friend or a group of friends to like be there or hang out or just have like a simple conversation over the phone, leave the friendship. Get rid of it, toss it out the door, move on, find some other friend to be friends with. Something else to tie into that is a true friend shouldn't only want to talk to you when it has to deal with their problems. That one is just very explanatory. I feel like y'all should both be able to talk to each other about y'all's problems, not one or the other. You know what I mean? Well, that about sums up today's video. Obviously these are my topics that I think should be more popular and more out there and more open to everyone. Obviously, if you do not agree, that is 100% okay, but please like and leave a comment of your unpopular opinion that you think needs more attention, and maybe I'll make another video if this hits off. Thank you!